Hey, thanks for tuning into the show. This video is from our live show exclusive on odds.com. If you want to see the entire thing, make sure you click the link below. Head on over to odds.com, check it out, and let's make that cash. All right, here we go. Brendan Allen taking on Sean Strickland. So what we have got here is, you know what? My notes are in the wrong spot on this one. So Brendan Allen, Sean Strickland, this is a last notice thrown together little thing, which I am a huge fan of. This is such a good fight. So Brendan Allen was supposed to fight Ian the Hurricane Heinisch on last week's card. Ian comes down with COVID. Unfortunately, he got popped. They had to pull him from the card. So Brendan Allen is left without an opponent. They got him back here this week, and Sean Strickland is stepping in after his dismantling of his opponent just a couple weeks ago, I want to say. Let me go ahead and get his page up here so I can – oh, geez, it didn't work. Let me get this up here so I can make sure I quote everything correctly to you. Hate giving out misinformation. I do my very best not to do that. All right. So Sean Strickland busted up Jack Marshman just 2 weeks ago. Both these guys looking to stay active, make a quick turnaround. Obviously, Brendan Allen never got the opportunity to fight. Sean Strickland did have a 15-minute fight. However, he absolutely wrecked his opponent, and that's right. Fall, Jack. Why won't you fall? He's given us one of the most quotable lines in MMA for 2020. What is up, my friend? Thank you for hanging out. So we're looking forward to Sean Strickland coming back. Now, when we broke that fight down, I said Sean Strickland was a guy that would really have to show me, right? He'd have to prove it to me. Coming back after that horrific injury that he had, we needed to see what he would look like after all this time off. Well, he looked phenomenal. He looked great. His boxing is sharp, it's tight, and his grappling is by far his best attribute, but he didn't even go to it. He didn't even need it. Now, with Brendan Allen, he is going to need it. Brendan Allen is a phenomenal talent when it comes to grappling, and that's all this kid does. He's a submission machine. He's a monster. He's a specialist, and he is a growing product on the feet. So Sean Strickland is definitely going to have a striking advantage. The question is whether or not he will have a grappling advantage. Now, I didn't actually have time to tape this one before the podcast, so I got to do my study throughout the week. I can't give you a definitive answer, and I don't have an official bet on this one because it's such a new fight for me, but I'm extremely tempted to play Brendan Allen here. I was playing Brendan Allen over Ian Heinisch, and I know Sean Strickland has a sneaky, nasty ground game, but Brendan Allen is a special talent in my opinion, and having geared up for a guy that was going to be extremely hard to take down, he's going to be ready for that kind of a spot against Sean Strickland anyway. Now, he may have trouble with Sean Strickland on the feet, but Strickland, he seemed, I don't know, that Marshman performance, it was fantastic. I don't want to take anything away from him. It was fantastic. But Marshman is nobody to write home about. Beating Jack Marshman is not something that you can get too excited about. And there were spots where Marshman had the opportunity to fire back. So I don't know. This one's dangerous. We got to be careful. But I am very, very much considering a bet on Brendan Allen, especially if we can get him as a decent-sized underdog. And yes, this will more than likely be at 185. I don't know if maybe they made it a catch weight or something like that. Sometimes they do that because of the quick turnarounds. We will have to wait and see how that ends up going. Gigo, hello, my friend. Thank you very much for migrating over here. And yeah, David agreeing here, Allen at first glance. But again, we got to do our homework. We got to do our research. So we will dig into it a little bit later and see if we actually have some kind of a fight pick there. Daniel Rodriguez taking on Bryan Barbarina. Unfortunately, Bryan Barbarina had to have emergency surgery, and this fight is off. It makes me very, very sad. I was looking forward to this one. We were going to get a very, very solid, entertaining back-and-forth war on this one. Hopefully, Daniel Rodriguez gets a replacement. I know they're out there looking for him. I don't know who they're going to get because realistically, who wants to fight this monster on short notice? I don't know of one. Thoughts and prayers go up for Bryan Barbarina, hoping he makes a speedy recovery for this fight.